This in 1862 or 1861 was the Fairgrounds. This is where each year the famous Fredericksburg Fair, founded in 1738, the longest continually running fair in America. You've heard that before, right? I don't think it's continuously running. It didn't run through the war and for a few years afterwards. But this was a major gathering place. I've included in your packet, I believe, an image of the Fairgrounds. It's really the only image that exists. It was done by a member of our staff, assimilating a bunch of sources to give you a sense of what it was. And you can see when the soldiers came here, it was a major obstacle, but for locals, this was a play space once a year where they gathered. The fairs were much like trade shows, except all the exhibitors were your neighbors. So they brought whatever they thought was interesting. In 1857, which is one of the great, best recorded of the fairs out here, it featured 2 bed quilts, one with 9,892 pieces to it. Wonder what happened to that. Also featured a fat lady and a big snake, so there was a carnival aspect to it as well. The newspaper reported that a lot of lard exhibited by Mrs. Joseph Alsop would doubtless have won a premium for its brightness, cleanness, and sweetness. I don't think we think of lard in quite those terms these days very much. Mr. and Mrs. A.P. Rowe exhibited apple pie melons, cultivated like the pumpkin and quite as hardy, making pies like those of the apple. And I looked it up, and actually in 1857, 58, and 59, these were like pork rinds were in Fredericksburg in 1954. Big popular thing, but unfortunately, pork rinds didn't fade out. They should have, I wish. But the melons, the apple melons did, because after 1860, you never hear about apple melons again. So they must not have made very good pies. And then, of course, the highlight of the week was the great tournament, where all the young men came out to impress all the young women. They had a tournament of 20, which was riding and fake jousting and all of that. And the winner of the tournament, the young man of the tournament, was able to select the Queen of Love and Beauty. And this was the landscape that would be turned into a battlefield 3 years, 4 years